What's up, guys? This is Todd again with Real Dudes Review, and what I'm going to show you is the GTA 5 benchmark tests and what my recommended settings are with the GTX 960. These are the settings I'd recommend. One thing you'll notice is my PostFX is set to very high. The PostFX gives you things like depth of field will unlock at very high. Motion blur strength, you can tweak it very high, and PostFX also gives you things like your blooms, which is heat waves coming off of cars and the street, things like that, and high dynamic range lighting. So PostFX aesthetically does add a lot to the game. I've seen a lot of benchmark tests run with that set at normal, and people are getting really high frames per second. So PostFX does give a little bit of a performance hit. But right now, let's just sit back and watch the benchmark. Alright, I think through all that, the highest I saw was 84, but this is where we're going to see the frames drop. And I talked about this in a previous video. When you're driving in dense traffic and you're crashing through stuff, shooting at stuff, when there's a lot going on, you are going to take a performance hit. When I tried to emulate something similar to this, the lowest that it hit on me was 38 frames per second. I didn't see lower than that. But average running around the game was high 40s, low 50s, and that's just average that I got. Alright, so the lowest I saw there was 25 frames per second, and that was only for a second. I wouldn't even think that would do enough to really affect the game. So I'm going to go and run the benchmark one more time and turn off PostFX, and we'll see how it fares. But again, I would personally recommend leaving that PostFX on. That does aesthetically add a lot to the game. It's more cinematic feeling, the depth of view is better. It's just a better feel with that set to very high. So we'll go ahead and watch this again and see how high the frames per second peak without PostFX. Alright, so that time I actually saw the frames per second hit 101 and it even up in the 90s a couple times. Here, again, we're going to see the frame rates probably about the same as the last time. Just driving around, lots of stuff going on, shooting things out. You do take that frame rate hit. So whether or not you decide to turn on PostFX is completely up to you. As you can see, when you're in the action of the game, it's really not making too much of a difference. It peaks, you know, maybe 5-6 frames per second higher than with PostFX on. I recommend having it on. It just is a better experience in the game having that on. So that's really all I gotta say. You guys saw the benchmarks. This is again with the GTX 960, and this is the 2 gig model. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.